Coach and Victory News contributor Rick Green. Okay, Rick, the new White House Deputy National Security Director Camille Stewart ranks racism a greater cyber security threat than the worst that China, Russia, or Iran can throw at us. What's your response to that?
Well, it's of course foolishness, but I will agree that with the statement that racism can destroy America, and it's the racism coming from these Democrats and these leftists. It's always been the Democrats that have been the racists in America. It continues to be that way, and they're lying about who we are as a nation. If America is so bad, why are people trying to get in instead of trying to get out? It's really that simple. But yet they continue their lies. They're trying to destroy us from within. And we have to say no, and we have to push back, and we have to point out the ridiculousness of it, which is exactly what you guys just did.
Well, speaking of trying to get in, Senator Ted Cruz provided some shocking evidence of cartel trafficking, slavery, and killings. Do you think that will motivate the White House to respond to this crisis, or are we just past that?
Yeah, nothing will. They've known this from the beginning. We've known this from the beginning. We knew this would happen if Joe Biden implemented his policies that gave us essentially an open border and handed over territory to the cartels. I'm thankful for Ted Cruz pointed it out. Tim, you've been down there. You've pointed it out. Mike's been down there and pointed it out. Thankfully, Victory News has been exposing these stories for more than a year. And we're just going to have to continue to do that. I think the images you just showed, the story that Ted Cruz just told, the more we can tell that to the American people, the more the pressure will be put on. But we got to remember that the White House has an agenda. They want this to happen. They want this chaos in America because it allows them to radically transform America away from a free nation to a socialist nation.
Yeah, we said earlier, Fiora Hernandez will have more on that. She was just down there. A lot of images, a lot of things she saw. Okay, Tucker Carlson wants to help Democrats experience the diversity of strength that is illegal migrants. He found Martha's Vineyard was liberal and Snow White. Here's how many minorities there are and his solution.
So do the math. That's 17 people total. That's effectively zero diversity, which means zero strength. They are begging for more diversity. Why not send migrants there in huge numbers? Let's start with 300,000 and move up from there. As the island gets stronger, more.
Okay, Rick, he believes those crossing the border should go to every white Democrat enclave like Aspen, Malibu, and more. What's your take on this?
Yeah, you know, Ron DeSantis was the first one to throw these ideas out there. I think it was brilliant, and it's, you know, it's the only way to make sure that all Americans feel what's happening here and that they realize what's happening to communities across America, and especially the MS-13 and the gangs and the other, you know, folks that the cartels are pushing into America. We need to make sure these communities that are passing the policies, because let's face it, it's the politicians from these communities that are passing these policies. Let's make sure they feel the pain that they're causing other Americans to feel.
Campuses, there's a lot of extra dorm rooms there. All right, here we go. The White House administration is trying to make President Biden look tough. So listen to this.
Insurrection and pro-cop. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American. Donald Trump lacked the courage to act. The brave women and men in blue all across this nation should never forget that.
Did he stick to the prompter there, or is Joe now pro-police instead of defund police like he was before?
Oh, the weekend at Bernie's routine continues. I don't think that whatever that was blinked even once in the entire talk there. Look, no one is pro-insurrection. These are continue to be absolute lies from this man. He's made an art of lying to the American people with his fake anger, and you know, it's just embarrassing for the whole country. And I'm not even sure what that was on the screen, but yeah, for him to claim to be pro-police after this guy and his vice president encouraged the burning of cities across our nation through the riots that took place with BLM, and then she even bailed some of them out and helped and encouraged others to do the same. It's complete hypocrisy. I think the American people see through it. That's why the guy's polling in the low 30s at this point.
There you go. Rick Green, thank you so much. Back to you in just a moment. Mike?